Hello everybody, this is Infamous 5 and Shiroy, before you make me throw up a laughing fit, let's just... Okay, focus on you. Why are you laughing? What makes you laugh right now? Okay, so we were discussing actually something very important right now about the fact that there's so much of negative connotations attached to practicing a religion in a country which is not popularly following your own. So being a Muslim in a Western country, what difficulties one has to face. There was a recent incident that happened in Florida, was it? And Hibah has the details to the event, which will follow up on our discussion and our review.
A high school student, her name is Irum Khan, she's 17 years old, also the captain of their football team.
Alright.
She was taunted, teased, even thrown rocks at because she wore a hijab. She was cursed by the kids of the school. The administration took notice after her parents told her, maybe you should go talk to them. But the amazing thing was कि ये Huffington Post हर जगह पे Global Post पे ये न्यूज़ आई है कि वो लंच के दौरान बैठी हुई थी और उसने एक आइडिया छेड़ा कि क्यों ना तुम लोग सभी मेरे साथ जो वो स्कार्फ पहन लो. तो besides ignoring her, her vice captain or the team member also said कि चलो ये करके देख लेते हैं.
Right.
And they after that they realized, they said in the interview कि हमें पता चला है कि वो लड़की इरम जो वो किस ट्रॉमा से उसे गुजरती थी रोजाना. उसने कितनी हार्डशिप्स देखी हैं सिर्फ अपने हिजाब पहनने की वजह से, just because she wanted to wear it.
Okay, there's a question that I'll throw in front of everybody. Would you actually judge a person if you weren't able to see who they are, if they were cloaked all over, and if you were just able to see their eyes? I mean, what would be the first thoughts that would run into your mind?
Yeah, I think obviously if someone's all covered up, you really cannot judge them. But again, if that's the choice of that person, then I don't think you and I or Hibah has a right to criticize them.
Exactly.
Right? Like if I choose to be this way, that is my decision and nobody can say anything to me, right? So I think everyone needs to respect each other.
That's also, again, an ideally, a sane person talking here, but again, thinking that the similar situation were to happen.
Let's not even go about masses
Western,
talking about,
in popular
Nida,
countries.
I was just, while you were saying all that you said for the intro, I was just thinking who actually is responsible for the reaction that the people have on our hijab. I mean, haven't we as Muslims, as nation, created certain issues or certain situations where we invited the entire world to criticize us? I mean, even now if I look around at situation and every event, why is there always a Muslim involved?
It all started with the 9/11 और वो जो terrorist वगैरह था, क्योंकि इस लड़की को भी इसने कहा कि मुझे terrorist कहा जाता था. सबसे पहली बात गालियाँ, फिर terrorist कहा जाता था. तो I think वो terrorism का ज़्यादा influence था हमारे पर कि वो तालिबान और अल-कायदा वगैरह जो
मुसलमानों पर ज़्यादा था.
I'm sure that to some extent, yes, we have given them the opportunity to criticize us, but no, I do not agree with the
really?
fact.
In what way?
But
do you think that those people who were like so-called terrorists and were later proclaimed as Musliman or Muslims, were they even Muslims? I really doubt it, because it is, again, I would say, a very peace-loving religion. And
I agree.
Are they
agree
even
with
Muslims?
That. But even then, if at that point in time, back in 2001, when the whole 9/11 incident happened, and if Muslims were criticized, did any of the Muslim state actually step in and say, "Who are you to criticize us?" Because we ourselves are not united.
No, over there,
right? I mean, you're a Pakistani or a Muslim. Someone in Saudi is Saudi and Muslim. We don't call ourselves as one Muslim and one nation.
That why is it that it's not one nation? Why is it that it's not one community?
The other day I shared an image on Facebook where Maliha, who's our ex-colleague, and Hibah, they had this whole thread of conversation going on where a female in France, she was being taken to prison.
She was fined.
She was arrested. She was arrested and she was taken to prison because she had completely covered herself. Now my question at that point in time does every state does not respect a religion. I mean, is there no clause or any policy regarding that? I mean, how can you actually, if I call myself a Muslim state and I say every religion is free to practice their own, their own whatever they want to do.
अच्छा, उसमें मजे की बात ये थी कि
no, but finish your thought.
That's what I'm saying. Then how come France does not have that policy, or states does not have that policy, or
to practice your religion
freely? To practice your religion free. Now, as long as you're not going on a wrong track.
Yeah.
As long as I consider myself being covered as my part of the religion.
See, the thing is that a woman, right, in that angle, I would have to say, if a woman has the right to wear whatever she desires, like be it mini skirt or jeans, she does eventually have that freedom of
wearing whatever she wants.
She gets to decide what to wear. Then how can you actually criticize a woman who's actually dressing conservatively? You can't just finger pointer.
Because that's the way
just,
she wants to live,
yeah,
right?
so if you're giving the rights to a woman who decides to be scantily dressed, then you should also be given free rights.
On one side, you guys say that we provide you all the freedom.
I'm going to say two things here कि एक तो अगर जैसे उस औरत को अरेस्ट किया गया तो उसको मर्द पकड़ के लेकर जाए तो ठीक है अगर उसने ना कहा भी था तो आपने उसको जिस तरह घसीटा
That was not the way.
Exactly. अगर यही तरीका यही सलूक किसी फॉरेन औरत के साथ यहाँ पे किया जाता तो हम तो पीट देते हमें
टेररिस्ट बने जाते
and she would also get a lot of support from her country, from her own country.
दूसरी बात ये है कि मैंने उस पिक्चर पे जब मिलिया की हमारी बहस चल रही थी तो हमने कहा कि वो वहाँ पे माइनॉरिटी है मुस्लिम्स फ्रांस में एक माइनॉरिटी है जैसे हिंदू और क्रिश्चियन यहाँ पे माइनॉरिटी होते हैं जस्ट स्टेटिंग अ फैक्ट लेकिन यहाँ पे हिंदू और मुसलमान हिंदूज और क्रिश्चियंस को उनके रिलीजन प्रैक्टिस करने की आज़ादी है इसी तरह वहाँ पे भी होना चाहिए कि मुसलमानों को जो वो पहनना चाहें जो वो जिस तरह भी वो इबादत करना चाहें वैसे उनको भी आज़ादी मिलनी चाहिए तीसरी बात ये है कि अगर कोई फॉरेन औरत यहाँ पे आके अपनी मर्जी के कपड़े पहनती है तो हमने आज तक नहीं कहा है ना इस बात पे कभी फतवा आया है कि कितनी नंगी औरत है किस तरह घूम रही है ये कराची के बीचेस पे देखा गया है फॉरेन औरतों को इस तरह फिरते हुए nobody said anything against them
because we always consider it part of their culture so we give them the freedom to practice their culture and their religion freely
whatever they want to wear.
So that was
culture is a bit questionable because you know do as Romans do. You can't basically go to a Saudi country and wear a bikini there. Those people will tear you down. You know, it's about the religious. You know, you can't really offend the people living there because what they do practice. You know, commonly one has to keep that into.
I'm not. Nida, my point is that if, for instance, you're talking about Saudi now. You know, when you go to Saudi, you have to cover yourself because that is their policy, that is their law, and that is their rule.
The law.
So you will implement it accordingly. Now, if I'm going to France or if I'm going to UK, their law or their policies don't state, right?
This law was actually re-questioned by this businessman who was whose name was Rashid Nikaz. I'm sure you must have heard of it. He said that any fine that will be placed upon a woman who basically dresses conservatively or wants to have, you know, her modest way of, you know, stepping out, I will personally pay off all the fine through my own account, and I will go on that moment at that place wherever that woman will be placed a fine, and the money will be paid off from my own accounts. And that will be
how long will he keep paying that amount? It has to stop at certain
but that
point.
act was again
question, I think
putting pressure on the lawmakers,
right,
that you know, you are making that law, you're not taking into consideration the Muslim community and how it will be taken upon. So he actually did take a stand.
So, but
as
then
a majority
again, as
of
long
Muslims,
as you keep paying the amount is really not the solution, right?
But it does put pressure. It does put pressure on the lawmakers.
I don't see it. I mean, this whole hijab discussion has been going on for months and months, and I still don't see a solution.
दो बातें और मैं थ्रो करूँगी. एक तो क्वेश्चन ये कि मलिया ने भी मुझसे पूछा था, हमारी इस बात पे फिर बहस हुई थी. शी सेड कि उस औरत को फ्रांस में रहना ही नहीं चाहिए था. वो वहाँ गई क्यों रहने, जब उसको वहाँ की लॉज और पॉलिसीज का पता, तो वहाँ जाना ही नहीं चाहिए था. ठीक है. दूसरी बात ये है कि अभी हम क्या बात कर रहे थे.
No, but why can't she go there? I mean, if she's wearing some stuff to cover herself, following her religion, why can't she go to any country she wants? Who is objecting her? What's the reason of doing that?
No, I think, and we should now wrap up the whole thing. I think our question is again to the state. Either you don't claim that you let everyone, you give everyone the freedom to practice their own religion by their choice, and if you do, then start implementing it on your own. B, I think it goes to us Muslim as one nation to actually question such states or such departments or such countries, be it superpowers, be it whoever.
As a collective community, as a collective
not as Pakistani
united.
or as Saudi or as UAE or as Bahrain. No, as human and as Muslims, we need to question such people. And I think there is no better platform than Speak for Change. I guess that's the.
Share your comments. Give us your feedback.
Do share your comments. Do give us your feedback. And on this note, I'm going to end the show, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Allah Hafiz.